Ladies and gentlemen, we've waited 14 weeks for this day and for this moment. The commissioner, JJ, we're here to present the Chi-Fi Fantasy Football Playoffs. Welcome to the first day of the rest of your lives. This is going to be crazy. We're going to break down who got in, who got out, what are the matchups looking like, who can we expect a victory. Jack, I can't believe we made it here, my friends. It's been not long enough.
One heck of a ride, my friend. 14 weeks in the making. It's been a hell of a season. Let's get right into it.
Guys, not much else to say. I mean, the time has come. For those who prevailed through the past 14 weeks with success, congratulations. But the true challenge has yet to begin. In our league's first ever 16 playoff, the stakes are higher than they've ever been. On behalf of JJ and myself, we wish you the best. Cheers to yet another incredible action-packed regular season. I just want to say, making these videos with you, Jack, has been an absolute pleasure this season, and I don't want it to end. I want next September to roll around as soon as possible.
I'll be counting down the days, dude. This has been the highlight of my week every week. Tuesdays are awesome again. It's like trivia back in college, something to look forward to. So cheers to us for this and for us making the playoffs once again.
Shout out to the pros. Shout out to the managers everywhere making their playoffs.
What we do. Quick little salute to those who did not qualify this year. Rest in peace, Perone, Suit, Ollie, Scott. That is actually Scott's LinkedIn picture, believe it or not. Briggs, and the fan favorite himself, Nabil. Incredible rides to each and every one of you. Through the thick and the thin, you almost got there, but not quite. Congratulations on another season. Hope you're starting the scouting for next year's draft.
Nabil's outing was a spike to the heart, really. I shed a few tears. I won't lie. I'm not embarrassed about it.
He was so close.
Ollie, not getting last place this year. That's huge. That's big for
him. Improvement.
Yeah, I like that.
Battle for last will come down to likely the top and the bottom of this graphic. We shall see. And now introducing your 2023 playoff teams.
All right. First seed, Tyler Burley, the man, the myth, the legend, the cutest man in the league, leading his team, the Justin Tuckers, to 11-3, the one seed, the favorite to win it all. A stacked roster. From top to bottom, you just see talent across this board. The number one tight ends in fantasy on the year. Jalen Hurts, a rushing threats. Superstar running backs, Christian McCaffrey and Raheem Mostert. Probably the biggest steal of the draft we saw. And this team is scary. But I think, Jack, they might be beatable. I think they've come back down to earth with an injury to wide receiver Tank Dell, and I don't think they're as unstoppable as we might have guessed a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, this team barely lost all season, and they certainly do have some powerhouses with Hurts and McCaffrey, the regular season fantasy MVP. But there is some volatility with this team. Tank Dell going down. We've seen Noah Brown put up 2 goose eggs in a row. We got a couple injuries on the bench. Drake London is very much hit or miss. Mostert has been slightly hit or miss lately, but still is putting up touchdown volume. This team's beatable, but I would say he definitely is the favorite, at least a favorite to make it to the Super Bowl. So we shall see. Tyler, congratulations on the 1 seed, man. Well deserved.
Very well deserved. Hell of a run.
Coming in at number 2, got Mr. Mueller. Now this team is scary, man.
This team, I think, if anyone's going to take the throne from underneath Tyler, it's going to be this squad. Maybe not the strongest running backs in the world, but the highest talent in wide receivers in the country right now with Tyreek Hill and AJ Brown. I mean, that's a hell of a combo, and they've been putting up numbers all year. Jonathan Taylor, hoping to come back soon, a late season addition for this team. You got Tyreek and AJ, and then if you got Travis Etienne and Jonathan Taylor in your running back room, and the way Prescott's been playing, this team's dangerous. This team's dangerous any given Sunday. So I would not want to be playing them this playoffs, which if I win, I might, but I don't know.
Yeah, dude. This team certainly scares me the most. Definitely the biggest boom potential. The bye week, huge for Mueller here with Jonathan Taylor might miss one more week, so he should be back for Mueller's first playoff game. And then that roster is just unbelievable. We've seen Rashid Rice turn into a beast the last few weeks. Dak Prescott finishing the regular season as QB3, which none of us expected. This team is just top to bottom, even the Browns defense. This is terrifying. I'm glad I'm on the other side of the bracket. Not that I'll even win in the first round, but wow, I would not want to play this guy.
It feels like all of his players are hitting at the right time, are operating at full capacity right now. So, like you said, good luck to the bye week. They're going to need it.
Oh yeah, Mr. Three Seed himself, Laporte Authority.
The shoulders feeling a little heavy, Jack. A lot of expectations, a lot to carry right now. But man, I'm feeling pretty good. I got Shuby in the first rounds. We'll preview his team later, but I'm feeling confident about first round victory. Obviously, nothing's guaranteed in this game, and I don't want to throw away wins or losses so quick. But I'm looking to greener pastures. I think this team has the ability to match up toe to toe with anyone in the league. It's going to come down to injury, Jack. I mean, we saw last week Nico Collins go down in the second quarter with an ankle sprain. We saw Justin Jefferson um, get absolutely sidelined, sent to the hospital. That's not a good sign as a manager. That's not something you want to see. So we're really hoping that these guys are healthy for when they're needed most. But listen, CeeDee Lamb, Lamar Jackson, my guys, my bread and butter all season. I'm just feeling really strong about this team. I think we can. I think we can go all the way.
Yeah, I think your team definitely has the potential to do so. Injuries will be the key. Jefferson is still expected to play this week, but the question mark now comes in with the Vikings quarterback play. Pacheco also should play this week. I sure hope he does. He's been my saving grace in my other league. So yeah, I think your team fully healthy can stack up with anybody. Heck of a roster. And Jefferson, man, the balance will lie in his hands. If he comes back to his
It's.
full self, you're in good shape.
I want to win, Jack. I want to win.
Moving on to me, Breeze Nuts. Oh man, it's been a tough end of the season for me. I was lucky to start so strong to get me enough wins to make the playoffs, especially with all the mediocrity in this league this season. But now we've lost 3 straight. Team put up like a whopping 75 points last week. The injury bugs hit me very hard. Ken Walker's missed a lot of time. T. Higgins has been a pain in my ass all season. And just in time for the fantasy playoffs, Justin Herbert goes down, out for the season to have finger surgery. So I don't have a quarterback. Just in time. I put in a claim for Matt Stafford today. Hopefully no one else is an asshole and put a claim in. So I get him. If not, I don't know what is the trade deadline hit because Tyler said he would give me Kyler Murray for somebody on my bench.
Jack, trade deadline is tomorrow at noon,
Oh, all right.
the
Well,
13th.
okay. We'll see if it goes through or not.
Yeah, Matt Stafford could be a big pickup for you. Murray,
Yeah.
Jake Browning is on my bench. So if you just I just to a friend, from a friend to a friend, just offering an elite quarterback. I would probably need Bijan, but it's fine.
Oh, yeah,
I
for
think
sure.
it's a fair trade.
Not for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But yeah, no, it's gonna come down to star power. Bijan and Amon Ra have been my rocks all year. I'm gonna need them to put up 25 apiece. Gonna need Ken to go back to himself. Yeah, but last week was sort of I'm counting it as a buffer going against the Niners. First game back from injury, and just gonna cross our fingers and pray because we desperately need a win. And not to say I'm not confident, but the team's had better moments this season. Hey, we're a 4 seed. We got home field advantage. I'm feeling good. The fans are ready. Let's get it on.
I think after draft day, your team was, in my mind, one of the scariest, and I think that potential's still there. I just think the puzzle pieces have to fit together in the last 3 weeks here. But hey, one week at a time. That's what we say.
Fantasy football, anything can happen. Next, we got my
Oh,
first round matchup, Mr. Murray.
Murray defeating his rival, Scott Duncan, to sneak his way into the Kai Fi Fantasy playoffs. And congratulations to him overcoming the adversity that was the Group Me chat this past week. A lot of hate surrounding this team, but I don't know what's not to like. This is an all around talented squad. CJ Stroud, we're not sure what's going to happen with a potential concussion coming in this week, but I saw a backup in Trevor Lawrence. I don't see any weak links on this team, Jack. I think strong wide receivers, a pair of great running backs, Brees Hall and Rashad White. Their value has been increasing in the past few weeks. We've seen Rashad turn into a top 10 back in the league, which was a little bit surprising, but nice for him. And we've still seen Jamar Chase get value even with a backup quarterback. So I think, Jack, unfortunately to say, you got your work cut out for you here. I think it's going to be an uphill battle for you facing this squad. But listen, anything could happen, like I said. And bringing along the free agent Leonard Fournette for the ride. I just love to see it.
I'm with you there. Fournette's a great guy. You never know what's going to happen. But yeah, this team's good. Perhaps the most running back depth in the league. Solid play all around. A lot is game script reliant on his players, but yeah, it's nuts. It's a good team. He beat the dog shit out of me 2 weeks ago. See if my team has it in him to come back and turn things around.
Revenge game, man. That might be your key here.
Last but not least, to a time, Shubey sneaking into the playoffs at 7-7. Some late season moves, putting Shuby in this spot.
I mean, a fan favorite easily. This team's been exciting. Remember when this team got Josh Dobbs and it was all about the passionate?
Oh yeah.
Unfortunately, after being benched this past week, I think the clubhouse had to rebrand moving forward to an actual successful quarterback. But
The Dobbs era was a fun 2 games.
it was a great 2 weeks in Minnesota,
It was.
from what I heard. Ezekiel Elliott, nice little 27-point bomb this week. And if Ramondre is going to continue to be out, I think that's a strong running back duo that could provide a good value. Like, listen, I think this team is really solid all around. Again, I don't see any weak links. 3 quarterbacks. That's always nice to have, I guess. Listen, Shuby, I love you, man. I don't want to have to beat you. Well, anything can happen. Let's just leave it at that. We're just gonna leave it there. Anything can happen.
Zeke with 7 catches on 8 targets and a touchdown last week, putting up some receiver production in the RB2 slot. Extremely
Sorry, Jack.
valuable.
Jack, 1 second. Sorry, Jack. Important call here.
Hello? He did what?
Breaking news. Just received word. Manager Scott Duncan. Jack, I don't know how we let this happen, man. I'll just read you the police report. 11 seed Deshaun's happy endings have been caught attempting to break in to the High Five Fantasy Football Playoffs. Manager Scott Duncan has been identified as the mastermind of the break-in with blueprints found in his personal timeshare. Things went awry for the operation when Devon Achane was spotted trying to fit into an air vent. A warrant is currently out for the entire team's arrest. However, they are expected to take the field against Nick Perrone's Lewisburg Townies next week. The commissioner has no statement at this time. Jack, 3 seasons, I don't know. I let this happen. I should have seen the signs. Scott's been, as you can see from our personal messaging, just really, really wanted to break into this playoffs, and I'm embarrassed for the league. Honestly, I don't know what to say.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of funny business going on with Mr. Duncan, a lot of side betting, gambling rings, illegal activities for sure. We're going to have to address this in the league meetings this offseason.
This will be discussed at length. Scott's position in this league is in jeopardy. I'm not going to lie. I have to do my job as a commissioner to stop the shenanigans. And this is just absolutely ridiculous. Unfortunate. If anyone has any information on the whereabouts of this manager, please contact JJ and I in the comments, and we'll see what we can do. I don't know if I can go on, Jack. It's ridiculous. I'm mad, but let's take a look at the Week 14 scoreboard. Try to move past here.
We'll give you the rundown. All you need to know is that Murray beat Scott in the toilet bowl, and Murray got into the playoffs. Every other matchup was pretty meaningless. Nabil almost made it. Bridge almost made it, but not quite. Oh my God, Nate Suit lost 8 straight to end 6-8. That's crazy.
Oh my! I think taking a look back, he was 5-1.
Oh,
So he lost. He was 6-1, and he lost 7 straight. I wanted to correct the record on that, but yes, 7 straight losses to end the season for Suit.
wow.
And he was 1 game away from the playoff.
That would have been miraculous. All right, on to our weekly power rankings. We have a switch up at the top. No Scott this week, so I'm coming at you with my rankings. 49ers back in the 1 spot, nice and firm, followed by Baltimore and Dallas sliding up to 3 after beating the Eagles nice and easy. Detroit in at 4, despite losing to the Bears. They seem to be on a little run lately. And Kansas City at 5. I think we were all really looking forward to that Cowboys-Eagles game, and it just stunk. The Eagles got their only main touchdown on a scoop and score. That game was a blowout right from the beginning. The Cowboys just looked like the better team in every area. Dak Prescott is looking like the MVP right now, which is a sentence I never thought I would issue this season. But congratulations to him.
I mean, incredible regular season performance from the Dallas Cowboys, as we're used to seeing. Jalen Hurts looked questionable to me. I think. Listen, I'm not like Scott. I'm not a hater. I think he's a great quarterback, but he looks shaky out there, in Dallas. So I think that team is really gonna have to find themselves in the next few weeks. But I'm questioning your Kansas City at the number 5 position right now. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, the Broncos might steal the division. They're only 1 game behind.
It's the truth. It's the truth. I think if this team had any receivers with a single brain cell, they'd have 12 wins right now. I know we all saw that insane, awesome play at the end of the game that got wiped away because Kadarius Toney refused to look right and see that he was lined up off sides. But because of that, they lost the game. And I still think the Chiefs are scary. I certainly wouldn't want to play them. I think Pat Mahomes really got fired up last week, and he's going to whip these boys into shape. They have a really easy schedule the rest of the way too, as long as they win their divisional matchups. I think they'll be fine. They're probably in line for that 2 seed in the AFC. Moving on in the elite tier, Dolphins, Eagles dropping down after losing yet another game in embarrassing fashion to Dallas. They need to figure things out. Jacksonville and Buffalo moving up. Buffalo, we saw them lose a few in a row. They've had a relatively disappointing season, but they won a good one this week, and they play the Cowboys next. So that'll be fun to watch. Josh Allen versus Dak. QB1 versus QB3 in terms of fantasy, and that should be a good game.
I mean, I did watch Will Levis put on a 4th quarter Tom Brady performance last night against the Miami Dolphins.
What a show!
I mean, I thought that game was over. I think everyone else did as well. Kind of crazy. No one really thought that was going to happen, but I agree. I still think the Dolphins are elite upside. They're not going anywhere.
Will Levis just turned into, you're right, Tom Brady last night. I turned both those games off in the 3rd quarter. Once the Knicks game ended, I thought they were both over, and woke up and saw that both other teams won. In our 2 decent and half decent tiers, not much movement. All these teams are very middle of the pack. I did write off the Bengals. I apologize. Jake Browning, I'm sorry, dude. You're a dog. 23 plus points in each of the last 2 weeks, a rushing touchdown in each game. And Browning might take the Bengals into the playoffs. Who knows? This team's not done. I play my Vikings this week in Cincinnati. That should be a tough one. Jake Browning versus Nick Mullins instead of Kirk Cousins versus Joe Burrow. So we'll see. They play on Saturday at 1:00. And
that's a hell of a downgrade.
The only movement down below, Bears. Bears sliding up, Giants sliding up, Chargers sliding down. Herbert goes down. That hurts. They were already ass. Bears have won a few, and they're only a game out of a wild card spot in the NFC, which is hard to believe. And Tommy DeVito becomes the first rookie quarterback in NFL history to win 3 consecutive starts without an interception.
No way.
Yep,
He hasn't thrown an interception.
in the last 3 games.
I mean, still.
Quite the stretch. Giants are technically not out. I don't think they're good still, but yeah, Cardinals, Pats, Panthers, all by themselves in purgatory.
Yeah, the Army-Navy game taking place at Gillette Stadium this past weekend was more entertaining than any Patriots game. But hey, I'll take a win against the Steelers.
W's a
Zappy,
W.
listen, a W is W. We're tanking in the reverse direction now, which is, I don't know how I feel about that. But, I mean, listen, Zappy looks good, so I can't complain.
Yeah, dude, I saw his line at halftime, 196, 3 touchdowns. I said, is this kid about to put up 405? Like, what is going on here? And he didn't do a damn thing in the second half, but didn't need to. The Steelers suck. And onto our QB list. Not too much movement here. A little bit of shake up in the top tier. Reshuffling of guys. Dak up into the number 1 spot after a dominating win against the Eagles. He is the favorite for MVP. So that's where he belongs. Lamar keeping his team winning. Josh Allen still the number 1 fantasy quarterback. And Brock Purdy moving his way back up into the dogs tier. All it took was Deebo Samuel back, and he's him again. He doesn't really need to do too much. Just throw a little slant route or a bubble screen, and Deebo will do the rest. But middle of the pack, again, not much movement. Fields goes up a little. Stafford goes up a little. We see Jake Browning and Tommy DeVito bump up into the serviceable tier with Joe Flacco. Will Levis slides up a little bit. And entering the conversation is Nick Mullins, who filled in for benched Josh Dobbs this week. It was sad to see his Linsanity run has come to an end.
Jack, I don't know. I'd put Mullins above O'Connell, maybe, considering a huge 3-0 win. I've seen soccer scores higher than that, man. I mean, thank God I didn't watch that game. I hope none of you folks at home had the pain and suffering of sitting through that. I mean, Jack, what happened there, dude?
I couldn't tell you, man. It was one of the worst, if not the worst, Vikings game I've ever watched. To win a game 3-0 in a dome, perfect weather. The only reason it was 3-0 is because every player on the field was that awful. Like, come on. You got guys like Justin Jefferson and Devontae Adams on the field. Sure, Jefferson was only there for a quarter and a half, but how do the Raiders score 0? Shout out to Brian Flores, our D coordinator, for getting these kids into shape, because that was a masterclass on his end. Couple of turnovers, one lucky one in the red zone. A win's a win. I'll take it. But oh God, was it ugly.
You know how I felt against the Chargers. I mean, it was, yeah. Some tough games, but win's a win.
And the bottom of our list, not much here. Justin Herbert out for the year. Rest in peace, my fantasy quarterback. And the even shittier tier sees his replacement, Easton Stick. Who? His name is what?
Isn't that where you're from, bro?
Yeah, I am from Easton, Pennsylvania. So, yeah, I'm gonna be rooting for this kid. Why not?
All right.
Taking to our locks of the week.
One of our last locks of the week. Just want to flash the positive record real quick. Jack, our parlay almost hit last week. We had a nice Browns -1.5 win against Jaguars. Felt great. I think you had Seahawks plus 13.5, and then those Lions, they dogged me. That ruined it. I think we got the magic numbers this week. I'm feeling Celtics money line against the Magic. I will be at the game in TD Garden on Sunday.
Hell yeah.
So feeling great about that. And then give me NFL wise, Broncos +5 at Detroit. I just, I think there are a lot of ways they can cover a +5 spread. So Those are my picks.
All right. For me, I'm going Philly -3.5 in Seattle. Yes, Seattle's a tough place to play, but I am banking on an Eagles comeback. I think that they're going to really whip themselves into shape this season. This is a test if Sirianni's a good coach or not, because, it's not that hard to coach a team with that much talent. I could coach them and win probably 8 games. So we'll see if he's really a good coach or not. I think they've had enough losing and they're going to really turn it on this week. We shall see. But hey, the Magic look good this year. I'm hoping your Celtics pull it off. I need them to move down in the East.
Yeah, we'll see about that. Hey, thanks, man. I'm gonna have a grand old time watching football on the phone real quick. Sneak it in when I can.
That too.
Obviously.
This has been brought to you by ESPN Bet. Make sure to gamble responsibly.
I don't know. All I know is we threw 4 interceptions and fumbled once. 1 interception they returned for a touchdown. 3 others were in our end of the field where they scored points. That's all I know. That's inexcusable. Inexcusable. Playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game. Another game.
Jack, who's talking about playoffs?
I'm
not talking about playoffs.
Come on. Boys, we're in the playoffs. Playoffs are here. That's what it comes down to. Just win a game. It's the playoffs.
If you want to win, you got to perform every week. It's gonna be one winner with a pretty nice prize pool, if I may add. I don't think we've covered the fact that first place gets $300. So pretty yeah. There's a lot on the line here. I'm not gonna lie.
That would go pretty nice in the bank account, especially with all of us mostly paying rent these days. That would certainly help.
Oh yeah, all these lost parlays. I mean, I just might need this, dude. Might need to buffer up the DraftKings count a little bit here.
And imagine you take all those winnings, roll it over on the Pistons to lose, guaranteed $600. So who knows?
I saw a fraternity. I don't know what college. It must have been Washington. Every member of the fraternity put $25 in to make a $5,000 bet on the Washington Huskies to win college football playoffs. The payout for this bet, if the Washington Huskies win, is $50,000. And the fraternity has said that they will throw a $50,000 party if the bet hits. So if that's not what gambling can do for you, I don't know what is.
It's life-changing. That's electric. Dude, as a former Chi Phi Delta, if I'd have had a budget like that for one party, are you kidding me? Holy shit.
That was our budget for the whole year, bro. I mean,
yeah, that's a semester's worth of budget right there. Wow.
All right, folks, it's been an absolute pleasure bringing you the playoff preview this week. We can't wait to get back and tell you the results of the first rounds. We're going to see who's facing off against Tyler and Mueller next week. Jack, it has been a pleasure as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, and sub. We'll run it back. And Jack, playoffs, baby.
Hey, good luck to you this week, man. I'm pulling for the both of us, the 3 and the 4 seed, you and I. Just take care of business. Let's do what we do, man.
Let's do our thing. 2 elite managers. Sky's the limit, man.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
run it.
Heck of a regular season. Everybody, congratulations. We'll see you next week with our playoff updates. Until then, peace.